All right, so I've designed my logo in Canva, and it's not quite right because this is the icon and this is the banner, and I'm planning to run it big mobile, and I've got it as one thing, and it really needs to be two separate things. So I also need to rename it because it's not a first FYI banner anymore. So let's call it the I'm the one flag logo, which will be what we put at the top. And so I'm going to resize this at some point, but I want to go ahead and make a copy too. So I'll use custom dimensions, and what I'll do is I'll resize and copy. So I'm going to change this to be 512 by 512, which is what the icon needs to be for the progressive web app. And generally that's what everything wants. So I'm going to change that. I'm going to hit copy and resize. And now I have a logo that's square, and I'm going to call this I'm the one logo, and then I put 512, so I'll know it's the 512 one. I'm going to delete this because I don't need it anymore, and I'm going to delete that as well. This is grouped, so all I'm going to do is drag it up here, and then drag it down here, make it full size. And this is just a circle and a number. I mean, let's face it, this is not super. Nobody's going to go, wow, this guy's got some serious graphics chops. And here's one thing that's weird about Canva is I can't get the, there we go, handles to get it quite. There we go. And I'm just going to nudge it in. That's good enough for now. So now I also need this as a 192, but I'm going to go ahead and download this. I'm going to save it to my OneDrive locally, and the reason I save it to OneDrive is so when I get up away from the desktop, it'll also be on my little Surface Go that I love. So if I need any of my files, I can get to them. They're just real handy. So let's go ahead and download it, which is this publish thing here. Download, and I pay $12 a month just so I can have a transparent background. I'm going to keep the same size. Done with that. I'll never have to touch it again. So now what I'm going to do is resize it because I also need it in 192 by 192, which when I put 192 and 192, and then I'm going to copy and resize. And then in Canva, if I wanted to, I can make a flyer, a folder to save all this. Okay. I'm the one icon 192 so that I'll know what it is. Again, download, transparent background, and that's done. All right, so I'm going to close that. I'm going to close the 512 version. Going to come back here. Need to get a feel for how big this is. I usually just eyeball it, but I don't need this anymore, so I'm going to delete it. And I'm going to make sure this is a group. It is a group. This is the one thing I wish Canva did that it does not do, which is crop. It doesn't, at least if there's a way to do it, I have not found it. But what I would really like to do is just be able to crop that, you know. So basically I'm going to take a look at it. I'm going to say that looks to be about 2/3, 1/3. So I really need to crop 1/3 of this off. So the easiest way to do that is to say resize, custom dimensions. Oops, no, I don't want that. Let's see. Resize. Why is it not showing me my original dimensions? Well, it's not telling me how big it is. Let's make a copy and see if that helps. Here's another thing. It keeps, for some reason, it keeps the name of the previous thing. That's weird. But let's see if it's, yes, it's reset the dimensions. So it's 1200 by 300. So we do 1200 in thirds is 400. So if I just do 800 by 300, I'm just going to resize it though. I'm not going to copy and resize. That should be pretty close. And then I'm going to say I'm the one banner. It's not super critical what you name it. And I'm going to put it up here, and hopefully if I stretch it out, it should be a pretty good fit. Yeah, pretty good. Nice. Okay, I'm just kind of center up. Give the white space a little evenness. I can always crop it in WordPress too. A lot of times I just crop it in WordPress. So I'm going to bring that down. Transparent background down. The nice thing about it being in Canva is it's still saved in high resolution because it's independent. It's like still, if I need to resize it, the letters would not get fuzzy. It's not a pixel image. It's still a graphic image. So, but I'm done with that. So I want to go to my WordPress site now, and what I want to do is I want to change up the header with logo and site identity. I'm going to turn off the site tagline and show the site title, and I'm going to select the logo, which is that banner. It's just to bring up the file folder in Windows and just drag and drop and upload it that way. That comes in really handy if you've got to put a bunch of featured images in on a post or something and you're kind of going through them. And I see it wants to crop it. So, and actually it's pretty tight at the top. I wonder why it's so tight at the top. We'll see what it looks like though. And we're going to say, oh, let's go ahead and crop it over here a little bit. And crop it over here. Yeah, okay, crop image. Yeah, it's clipping the O. And then we'll bring this one over. And drop it again. Yeah, it looks like it's got room now. We'll select this one. Figure that one out offline. But anyway, so, and I usually go 300 wide. Now what's important here is, since I'm designing this for mobile, is I want to come down here and see what it looks like on mobile. See, it's really small here on mobile. I'm going to actually make this big on mobile because I want it basically like a huge header. But for now, I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to say, I'm going to select the site icon as well. Go back to the folder. I'm going to use the 512. And you can't see it, but up at the top in the dot, the site icon has changed to a 1 like that. Okay, so that's all done. So I'm going to publish that. I'm going to go back. I'm not going to change the primary menu now, but what I want to do is I want to get out of header, and I want to go to typography and general. And what I want to do is set my base font here. I don't know if I've activated Elementor. I'll need to activate it to show you the next step, but I want to go ahead and pick my font, and unfortunately I'm hopelessly addicted to Roboto. I really like Roboto. I don't get tired of it. It's my dark chocolate. Okay, so there's Roboto. I don't use 400 as my standard weight. I like the thin Roboto. And then I can make the size a little bigger. 16's good, line height's good. All this is good. Now for my headings, font weight 600 is too bold. You can see it's just, I don't like it that bold. I like it subtle bold. 400 is good. Generally, those must be H2s. Maybe it doesn't have 400. Okay, maybe it's not using the font. Anyway, generally I run about 400, 500. All right, that's done. Now let me go ahead and activate the plugins now, so you can see the next step, which is to set up the, I want to turn the fonts off in Elementor. I want Elementor to use my theme fonts so that I'm not, if I want to change the way the headings look across the site, I just change it here and customize, not have to change it on every page in Elementor. So let's get out of here, and we'll just go ahead and turn the plugins on. And this is a crazy way to do it, but it's a lot of fun. Just go down the row, anything that's not activated, click it. I don't want that activated. Alright, go to bulk actions, activate, and watch it explode with all the little, hey, please help us, so no thanks. Now this I do want. I want Ultimate Member to create its pages, so I'm going to say, yep, go ahead and do that. It's all good. I'll save those changes. Let's see, I'll save those changes. Okay, so now I want to go to Elementor under settings, and I want to, oh, cool, it's done, disable default fonts. Checking this box will disable Elementor's default fonts. So my fonts inherit from the theme, which is what I want. I want to be able to just have one font, one style, so that everything looks consistent. So let's take a look at the basic site now. It's absolutely nothing to write home about. We've got all these pages. Let's go ahead and fix this menu. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and add the home page. We're not going to work on it yet, but we're going to go ahead and add it. So we're going to go to Pages, Add New. And all we're going to do is type the word home in here. And literally that's all we're going to do. We're going to publish it. We're not going to go in and edit with Elementor. We're not going to edit it with Gutenberg. We're not going to edit with anything. We're just going to create a page called Home. We're not going to restrict the content. Okay, once that's done, we're going to go down here to Settings, General, not General, I'm sorry, Reading. Page, Home Page Display Static Page, Home, Save Changes. If we visit the site, okay, this is our home page. We're going to suppress that title on the page itself. Let's customize a little bit. Let's fix this menu. Alright, so we're going to go to Menus. We don't have a menu yet, so we're going to go ahead and create our primary menu. I just call it Primary Nav, short for navigation. And it's going to be my primary menu. Next. And I'm going to add items. And all I'm going to add to it is home. I'm going to add login in case I use the login. And I'm going to add my privacy policy. That's all. And really, I'll take privacy off probably at some point. Alright, and that's all published. Now the menu's manageable. It's not quite overwhelming. I'm going to suppress this, and I need to do that here. I should have done it earlier. Let's go in here into the layout, because I just want my page to be one page. So my container is going to be just like this. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm not going to touch container. My content sidebar, I'm going to do enable advanced options. I'm going to change it to a full page because I just want it to be a full page design. And I'm going to say that the width is going to be 90%. In other words, 90% of the page will be the content. Right? For single post, it's going to be the exact same thing. I'm not going to have widgets. I don't know why widgets are still around. They're multo annoying. And for this page, content width, and see now it's vanished on the pages, and 90, and that's it. And I'm going to say publish, and now I'm ready to build my site. I basically turned it into a blank canvas, and what I'm going to do now is just work on it and build the pages. I'll use a lot of templating, you'll see later on, but I'm ready to actually start working on the site at this point. This is pretty much everything I do to get set up. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you learned something. I didn't realize it was going to be 18 minutes, but God bless you.